Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Getcast podcast with myself, Julianne Restall, owner of Stessi Shoots, but most importantly, a performer just like you. And today we are getting the 411 all about casting from my friend and fellow performer, theatre maker, and agent as well with Audere talent, Chantelle Micallef Grimaud. Welcome to the podcast and thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
No problem.
Happy to be here.
Okay, so we addressed the elephant in the room. Chantelle and I know each other because we're both Maltese artists trying to make it in the UK, but we straddle both Malta and the UK.
Yes. I love how it's like we know each other because we're both Maltese. Yes. It's
That's
like
pretty much how it works.
We just come out knowing each other.
Yes, that's pretty much how
pretty much
it works. Do you want to introduce yourself, what you've been doing recently, anything you've got coming up that you can tell us about?
Yes, sure, absolutely. Like many freelance, self-employed people, artists, I have many slashes in what I do, right? So actor / director / producer / I have a theatre company, we create theatre, agent
wife
/ I'm a wife / I'm a sister / I'm a daughter / yes. I live in London, but I also work a lot in Malta, and then the other half of my theatre company, my partner, she's based up in Edinburgh, so I go up to Scotland every now and again for work as well.
Hi, Zoe.
Hi, Zoe. Hi. Things that are happening at the moment. Quite an exciting time because I've recently sort of become an agent with Audere and I'm loving it. And I have 15 clients that I represent so far, and I might just cap it there because 15 is already a lot. I love them all. They're super talented. I'm happy to champion them in the industry. But at the same time, I'm a writer, so I forgot that's one of the slashes.
Slashes and dashes. Theatre maker.
Theatre maker, exactly. Encapsulates all. Because I have a play that I wrote for the National Theatre Company of Malta, Teatru Malta, that is being produced Now?
Literally.
Now. So that's exciting. I'll be heading down to Malta to see that very soon. I'm also an actor and I'm working on a play that's going to be produced at the end of September in Malta as well. It's a new piece of writing. So super excited for that. So that's what's coming up next, I think. Yeah.
But limiting to 15 people because you want to give them your attention still.
That's it. So representing 15 people because, can I just say that being an agent is actually exhausting.
Agents out there.
So I've had some really bad experiences as an actor being represented by agents who in the past who aren't very communicative / not
dedicated.
Communicative at all. It doesn't feel like a teamwork, it doesn't feel like a partnership,
which I'm sure is what led you to be an agent yourself.
Exactly.
As well,
and also I am still an actor represented by Audere. So Jamie Begg, who is the head agent at Audere Talent and one of the directors who started it off, he's my agent and I've been with them for 6 years. And the reason I've been with them for so long is because they're so good at communication. They're so open and transparent about what the work entails from an agent's perspective. So already I've been learning for the past 6 years just how much work goes into it if you're an agent who really cares about being an agent, a good agent who really cares about their actors. I already started learning about that because they're so transparent, because they're so honest. But now I've become an agent and I realize if you really care about your actors and you really want to champion them and you want to see, you know what their dreams are and their goals are and you're working with them to get them there. It's a lot. So
they're your babies.
They are. I feel really come on, kids. You can do it.
Go play, please.
Exactly.
But this is why basically the reason I really wanted to get Chantelle on is because I thought you would have a great perspective as an actor coming into being an agent. Being able to tell people who are watching watching for the 411 on everything, getting cast, but also on how to behave and make your own way into the industry. It's interesting for you to have that perspective on what's actually expected of an actor when approaching agents, which is obviously a big process that people have to embark on to be seen most of the time in the industry, which is something we can also talk about. Self-represented versus agent, what kind of agents there are out there and what your options are as well. But more than anything, you basically have your finger on the pulse, literally, on what the landscape of the arts are right now, because the submissions you get are I'm assuming because you're with the PMA, pretty broad spectrum, as in.
Yeah, because we're part of the PMA, but also because Audere has been going, Jamie and Jordan and Casey have been fostering such good relationships over the past 8 years now. So so we're on like many casting directors lists, which is good. So they have lists of agents that they that they trust, that they know work well for. They have very good relationships with, and thankfully we're on some of their lists because we have good relationships with these casting directors. I had it easy because I came in as an associate agent, and I'm just like using Jamie's and Jordan's lovely connections, and I was like, yay, I'm on your list, let's go. So I didn't do all the grunt work, they did, and now I'm lucky that I have them.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But tell us a bit, because obviously, we're talking about all your slashes and dashes.
Slashes and dashes, yes.
Some slashes and some dashes come your way and you fall into them accidentally, but some you are approached and wedged into. Mm-hmm. What was the case in terms of becoming an agent? Was it an approach, or was it I must do this now?
I have to be honest. I've been looking for another job that I can do, which gives me some more stability, but also doesn't drain my soul.
Keep it in the arts.
Yeah, keep it in the arts. I was trying to find something that keeps it in the arts, that is still something flexible, something that I can work around all the other work I do. And it's also a conversation I've been having, like on a personal level, and I'm going to say this because there are so many people who you get to an age in your like 30s and I'm 34, and I'm like, do I want to have kids? And how does that look like when I live this crazy life? So I was looking for something a bit more stable, and being an agent isn't necessarily it, in the sense that I'm totally self-employed still. So I only make
commission.
Yeah, I get paid through commission, so it's not a salary job that I do. Not all agencies work that way, but a lot of them do, and Audere's one of them. So when my agents, and I'm also somebody who really listens to signs, and I'm like, world, show me where I should be going. Uh-huh. And when I was having one of those moments of like, please, I just need you to point. I just need you to point the way. Just point the way for a second. Let me, please. And at that point is when Jamie and Jordan announced that they were looking for another agent to join the London office, and anyone who's interested, please get in touch and all of that. And I thought, is this it? Is this the sign? And I did, and they're great because they tried to talk me out of it. Ah. That's the way they interviewed people. They were like, this is how hard it is. Blah, 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 blah. And then at the end they were like, if you still want to do it after all of that, then
we want you.
Then we want you. Essentially. And I did. I still wanted to do it, and I was like, you know what, let's give it a go. And it's been great, and I've been doing it for, again, very new. I've been doing it for the past 4 months, I'd say. And I already learned so much from it. But that is how I got into it, yeah. I was kind of asking the universe for a sign.
And you fell in.
And I feel like I fell in. Yeah, this was it.
I have some quick fire questions for you to get us warmed up.
Oh my gosh, let's go.
Mela, amazing. Okay. So, for actors, spotlight or no spotlight?
So I'm talking from my perspective as an agent, right? Yes. I'd say spotlight.
Okay. Having a spotlight or having a website?
Spotlight.
Okay. Agent or no agent?
Again, it depends what kind of work you're looking for. If we're looking for acting, performing work, I don't know.
Quick fire, sure.
Oh, sorry. Agent.
Okay.
But the right agent.
We'll talk.
Okay.
Amazing headshots and no reels, or good headshots and amazing reels?
Good headshots and amazing reels.
Fabulous. Screen or theatre to watch, personally?
Theatre.
Okay. Screen or theatre to work in, personally?
Theatre.
Okay. Favorite job you've ever got for a client?
A BBC radio drama.
Very good.
So far.
Prefer attending shows or showcases?
Shows.
Okay, lovely. Let's expand. So you said spotlight, for spotlight or no spotlight. I understand, obviously, Spotlight has a monopoly in the UK. I was actually talking to a director recently who's from LA originally, and he was saying that because America has multiple of these platforms, you have to have the subscriptions to all of them. He was very for Spotlight, funnily enough, having this monopoly. Explain to me why you said Spotlight.
It's our main way of like submitting actors and putting them on the map for casting directors and for projects. And without the Spotlight, it's really hard to get you out there, because a lot of casting directors and
it's an industry
production
standard.
Companies, that's what they use. So it's the tool we need to use. We need you on it.
Yes, it's a necessary evil.
Indeed.
as they say. Out of Spotlight or website, you said Spotlight, again, probably for the same
Because I was saying
reasons.
it depends what kind of work. If you're a theatre maker, then absolutely have a website so you can put yourself
as
as
well
a
as if
director
you're
and
doing
all of that.
Exactly.
But if your main thing is acting and performing and and commercial work, then you need
You have to have
Spotlight.
a Spotlight in the UK.
Yes.
You said agent, out of agent or no agent. Obviously, you are an agent yourself. So,
But I also said the right agent. Honest, like as an actor who's been in London now for 11 years, I would rather have no agent than a. Can I?
off, please.
Okay. Oh, I'm so glad. Than a shitty agent. Like you cannot have like. I once had an agent who I actually booked the job and they contacted my agent to let them know that I booked the job and he ghosted them for 2 weeks.
Nightmare.
So
That's
then
the
nightmare. And then they got through to me and they were like, listen, just so you know, you got the job 2 weeks ago, but we've been chasing your agent. So
Thank God they managed to contact you.
yeah, I don't even know how they found me, but they did. Anyway, and my response to them was, I'm no longer represented by that agent. So from now on, because I was like, I made the decision obviously there and then, they are no longer
I am my own agent now.
I am my own agent now, thank you. So please just
I represent myself.
carry on with the conversation, like carry on with me. And they were like, oh, thank God, okay.
Straw that broke the camel's back, essentially.
I was like, are you insane? I actually got the job, so you're going to get paid from this, and
There's
you still can't be
There's
bothered.
no excuse.
And I still don't know I don't know if that person is still an agent today. Actually, that's
The
a good
agent
question.
I had an agent as well at one point, and I fell out with them because, to be fair, I didn't handle things correctly on my end as well. I should have gone to them first before I went to other people. I learned, but they are also no longer an agent, so I don't know. It was entirely my fault.
No,
anyways.
It makes me wonder if some people become agents because they think it's like easy
or like that security in a sense,
and then they realize, oh, this is a lot of work that I'm not prepared to do, and
it's
they
almost
just don't.
as saturated the market to be an agent as it is an actor.
I think there's over 2,000 agents in the UK,
all fighting
alone.
for the same parts that are being listed, or if you're not even like approached directly by those casting directors, as you will be with Audere.
Yeah.
You're fighting a losing battle, essentially. You said amazing reels and good headshots.
Which was a tough one for me,
Tell me
purely
why.
because when you see the way we submit people, so it's a headshot, we put in a little note next to your headshot, just trying to highlight the best bits as to why they should be seeing you for this
particular job. Yeah.
But when you see it from their end, they just see like a little bunch of thumbnails.
Thumbnails.
So I do feel like the headshot is important because it has to be like properly cropped and everything, because that
Tight
is
to
the
the face.
first, because that's the first thing that's going to hook them in. And then once they're in, what books you the audition, I think, are the reels, and the fact that everything properly supports one another, right? So if you have all your skills there, the whole point of your videos
Just to reaffirm the package.
is to reaffirm that, like, I'm not lying here.
Yeah.
I can actually do these things. Here you go. So it does go hand in hand for me. I do think both of them need to be equally
weighted
and impactful. But if I had to choose, because you made me choose, I would say that to get into the room for an audition, then the thing that nails it really is the reels, and to make sure that everything there on your spotlight, once they're on your spotlight profile, everything kind of supports one another and reaffirms everything.
I just got the email before we started here that my reels are done, because I filmed my reels this morning. With
Nice.
I went to another studio because I do reels as well with my business with Tessie. I just want someone there when I'm doing my reels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the doctor goes to a doctor. He doesn't do surgery on
Yeah.
like analogy wise.
Exciting.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what I did prima facie.
Oh.
We'll see. Screen or theatre to watch and to work in. You both chose theatre, as in?
Yes. I'm such a, I would love to always be performing in theatre, to be honest, as a performer. So then I
would
love
rather
watching.
never work. I always say I would never work a day in screen again if it meant I did theatre for
All
the
the
rest of
time.
my life.
I do like screen, that's a different world, and I'm currently producing, that's another job I'm doing, but I'm currently producing our first feature film as a theatre company. We're not a theatre company anymore, are we? We're a production company now, because but
Prickly Pear Productions.
Prickly Pear Productions. That's great. Thank you. What a plug-in.
Hi, Zoe.
Hi, Zoe. But yes, we're producing a feature film. Tessie and
I read
Blanche.
it. I read one of the drafts,
Yes, you did. Thank you for doing that.
I really enjoyed it. I couldn't stop. That's why I read it. That's why I read
had no
it.
choice, and then I kept going.
It was me. It was you.
Good. Yes. In fact, that's a whole other world that we're learning about because we've produced loads of theatre and nothing to do with film, and it's a whole other. We're like, what? So much money.
Producing in Malta.
Producing in Malta. So much money is required for film.
True. I just watched. You watched Obsession recently in the cinema.
No.
$700,000 to make, 240 million box office.
In fact, there's a whole thing about like the actors getting so much pay, and now it's like for something that's doing crazy well.
Amazing. Cool.
But you just don't know how it's going to take off.
You don't know, and that's the gamble you take as the actor as well, which is something we can also talk about because as an agent you have to negotiate your actor's fees.
Negotiation. Yes.
Which is one of the main reasons I would want an agent, to be honest.
Yes.
Anyways, let's get to it.
Yes.
And then you said favorite job you've got for a client at BBC Radio.
Yes, because again, early days. So I only officially got 15. Like I said, I have 15 actors on my books. Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Love you all.
One is Scottish, eh?
Yeah.
Hello.
Check out Drew. Only recently did I get 15, so it's always weird at the beginning because you're like, hi, you're my one client. And then you're like, now you have a friend. You're 2 clients.
And the WhatsApp group starts expanding.
But at the beginning, it's a bit like, I represent 1. You. Represent 2. But now, so it is slow. But at the moment, I'm just proud because I'm getting them auditions that excite me as an actor and a performer. So I'm like, wow, I'm excited. Yeah. I'm like, wow, this is so exciting. Here you go.
How are you?
Sometimes I am like, wow, man, you're getting so many. That's so good. Wait, let me look at your spotlight. Let me understand why.
What am I doing wrong?
So that's it. So I've learned so much as well about the industry as a performer, doing this as an agent.
Let's get on to that.
Even though I've been slowly building my books for the past 3-4 months, I've only booked the first 3 jobs in this last week. And 2 of them...
Big week.
Big week, I know. I was
Great timing for a podcast interview.
Because I'm like thrilled. But 2 of them got a commercial job. 1 of them got BBC Radio drama. But
clearly the way you're asking them to curate their spotlight is also working for you.
Really, I think yes. I think it's really working. I have a few of them had some really exciting recalls.
Very good.
And I'm just like, let's go. Keep it up,
Amazing.
Guys. Well done.
What have you learned as an actor about the industry when submitting people for roles?
I've come to realize exactly how long the attention span of an agent or a casting director or whatever, I've come to understand how long that is actually, especially when you're going through so many people's. And I've learned this because so many people write into Audere for representation. Because I'm growing my books, I've been going through so many of them, and I very quickly get a feel for what they can do, but also where they fit in my books. And that's also another skill, obviously, that I'm learning as I'm growing my books, is that it's like a very specific art form, or like a science experiment, having books that are like well balanced, and you never want to have too many of one thing, because you also don't want to have 3 people who are exactly the same and can do exactly the same stuff, because otherwise they're competing against each other, and that's not fair to your own clients.
It's a family at the end of the day.
Exactly. So you want a really nice balanced books, and also if jobs come out, you want to make sure, I can put somebody for this and I have somebody perfect for that, and rather than I have 8 who are perfect for this job, and then I have absolutely no one for these 5.
So you want to increase your chances as well.
So I want to increase my chances as well, and the chances of the agency as well, because I represent the agency. So I want to do a good job for the agency, for myself, and also for my clients. Like, there's no point in having 100 of one type. So it is an interesting balancing the books, essentially, and it has nothing to do with finance, but it's like trying to find the right balance across the books is quite an interesting exercise. Going through all of these actor submissions, I have learned how much, what the attention span is when you're going through people's videos and reels.
And how often you need to rejig things, as in?
And how often you need to rejig things, but like, you honestly, for your main show reel, let's say, you do only need like 30 seconds of each scene.
Wow.
30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, and it's like 2 minutes, 2 minutes and a half. Boom. Thank you.
In total.
In total. That's enough. And I understand why now. Because, and I say this, and now if anyone goes to see my own Spotlight, have I applied it yet? No, I have not. But I haven't applied it yet because it takes time to go back through your own material and to figure out, okay, these perfect 30 seconds of each scene.
What's the creme de la creme?
What's the creme de la creme? Exactly. What are you going to cut out? Cut out the fat. And the reason you're doing that is because you can figure out when somebody's a really good actor very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Within the first 30 seconds.
Within the first 30 seconds.
So happens.
Within the first 30 seconds, you're like, I believe that reaction. I believe that line. Awesome. Then you move on to the next 30 seconds to see if, okay, what else can you do? So I've seen you playing somebody who's really young and naive and earnest. Now, can you do somebody who's, I don't know, authoritative? Great.
Mother. Yeah.
Can you do, I don't know, teacher? Can you do a soldier? Whatever. Like, and it's just, so the first 30 seconds tells me that you can act brilliant. And then the next bits tell me what else you can do.
Great.
That's
Love
it.
that.
And that, to me, was really like, oh, wow, that's all you need, really. Having said that,
it's hard to apply.
It's hard to apply.
To yourself.
So
it's hard to do surgery on yourself.
It's so hard to do surgery on yourself. Can somebody else do it for me?
Yes, that's why you have Jamie Umba.
Indeed.
The other thing you said, which I find really interesting, and which is why I'm in the position where I am in London just now, is because today I did my monologue reels. Tomorrow I'm doing my singing reels. On Monday I'm doing my headshots, and then God be with me for the rest.
Nice. I like it.
But because the half-life of the industry and your spotlight material seems to be ever decreasing. So like I did mine maybe 2.5 years ago, I look pretty much the same, in my opinion. Let me say this. But it's true that like it gets tiresome for yourself as the actor, fair enough, but also casting directors, if they see you in the same light constantly, they want to see what you can do new as well.
Yeah.
Have you found this as well when like when you are cleaning up your client spotlights and stuff? How often do you rejig material or put a new headshot at the beginning or whatever it is?
Again, thankfully, I haven't done too much of this yet because I've only been doing it for my clients like four months, these last few months. But they do come to me with the first thing we do when we sign on somebody new is we have like a one-on-one and we'll go through, I'll show them exactly what my life looks like and what the tools I use and the software I use and this is how I put clients up submit you for stuff, for jobs.
And they can see the amount of submissions they get?
I can send it to them. Great. So we don't, so there is a way, Tagman, we use Tagman, yeah. But there is a way of having it available for them all the time. And we've found that for like the betterment of all and people's mental health, sometimes it's not the best thing to have access to it all the time. But the minute they message me to tell me, listen, can I have my submissions list of the last month, 3 months? I just send it. It's like a button and it goes.
Fair.
And the reason we do that is because if I've literally submitted you now for something, and this is a second reason, sorry. So the first thing is like mental health, because some people are like, oh my God, why haven't I gotten an audition? And then they're like spiraling as to why they didn't get called for something. And the other reason is that a lot of auditions that are out on Spotlight, casting directors will specifically say, please don't follow up with emails or calls.
Got you.
And if I've submitted somebody and you can see it, and I've just submitted you yesterday, the last thing we want is for all of our actors to be sending an email following up on that audition, because they don't know that the casting director has just asked, please don't follow up. Yes. Otherwise we'll get inundated. So that's a second reason, which is a very practical reason. We would rather send it, so like a month has gone by, 2 months have gone by, and you know, every few months you tell us, can you send me my submission list? Because I'd like to see what I haven't been seen for, and maybe I'll reach out to those casting directors myself, just sort of telling them, hey, I exist, and I'm with Audere and all of that. Absolutely fine. And also what's nice about that is I'll send the list, and then I'm very happy to sit down and have another meeting with my client and tell them, okay, let's discuss, let's see what we can improve in our Spotlight, or what I can improve. Maybe I should be sending a few emails to specific casting directors, like let's see where either I'm not doing enough or you're not doing enough, and together...
Or pivoting the marketing of what the offer is.
Yeah,
or whatever
let's see what it is that we can do better as a team So we'd rather have those conversations. But I think I went off on a tangent here. What were you talking about before?
Just about how, like, in terms of rejigging the spotlight, like...
Yeah, rejigging the spotlight. So that's the first thing we do. So we'll have a one-on-one meeting with our new clients. We'll go through... So it's a bit like spotlight surgery as well.
Yes.
And more often than not, the thing I see the most, actually, with new actors, with new clients, and they'll know who they are, is that they've said they're really good at certain skills, and they have absolutely no proof of it. And sometimes it's a sport, like football, like ice skating, like horse riding, and they've starred it, meaning I'm bloody good at it. And I'm like, I want to see that. I want 30 seconds of you horse riding.
Okay.
Which is tough. I get it. Horse riding. You're not gonna just. But like 30 seconds of playing football. It's like that's, you have no idea how useful that is.
It's true.
You have, like, so useful. At the moment, there's so many things coming out where it's like, we need exceptional actors who ice skate, or we need exceptional actors who also
circus.
A
lot of circus.
I saw exceptional actors who play football. I mean, I don't know if people are thinking of certain series right now that do all those things, but the amount of jobs coming out, like that are asking people to do all of these things. So it really is helpful. If you said you're really good at it, just show me you're really good at it.
That's a helpful tip to anyone out there.
Show me. I had one client who didn't know how they're such a good singer, but they were putting themselves out there as an actor. And because they sang, and he's going to know exactly who this is if I say this, but he's so good. And he's the singer of a rock band. He leads a rock band and they gig around. But I think he compartmentalized his rock life with his acting life.
Okay.
And I was like, that's totally a skill that we can use in this life. Like
rock singing, as not and just singing.
And he is so good. And I only found out because I saw his TikTok.
And it makes you mad because he's good. Like, it makes you angry.
Take a few of those TikToks and Instagram and put them on your show reel, please, on your spotlight, because and he's been through amazing doors. He's been seen by some great people because of his singing.
Good for you.
So please, if you're good at something, an easy fix. And I have friends that we both know that are in common, where I'm like, I know because I'm your friend that you can do X, Y, Z really well, and there's still no proof of it on your spotlight.
Mela, here's the exercise for you. Ask your friends what you're good at. And if they say you're really good at...
I was going to say painting, but that's not...
Don't show them painting. But if you're really good at doing...
But if you played violin for 10 years...
Or ice skating...
Put it on there.
Put it on your spotlight.
Put it on your spotlight.
Because they are casting for these things.
You're good at juggling randomly because you taught yourself how to juggle.
Show them.
Put it on your spotlight. Like, please. From an agent. No, please just put it on your spotlight. Thank you.
So basically, my other tangent question was the curation of spotlight. What works in your books? So it's those 30-second clips. We need to show them what we can do.
Yeah.
And then what else? Sorry, that we're good at acting. And then what else we can do.
Yep.
And then skills-wise.
Skills. And keep them separate, the skills.
Okay. So like, ice skating 30 seconds, football 30 seconds.
I mean, when it comes to ice skating, football, I would say maybe just do a sport reel. Just put them, but again, it's 30 seconds of each.
Okay.
In a sport reel. And that way, when your agent is submitting you for something, it's just like, yes, they can really ice skate. Check out their sports reel.
Great.
If I would say accents, however, if you're really good at 10 accents, make them separate. Because that way, if I'm like, because again, if it's like 10 accents and you've got like 30 seconds for each one, rather than me telling a casting director, go through the whole reel and find American.
Good luck.
And also it's hard because it's an audio reel, so you have no visual thing to see.
So you'd say it's different audio clips that
I would say different audio clips, yeah.
American,
like 20 to 30 seconds.
Northern Irish,
exactly.
Whatever, Maltese,
all of them.
Blah, blah, blah. Noted.
Because I will say in the notes, I'll say flawless US accent, check out the audio reel.
Got you.
And they can go straight and find it straight away, American audio reel, boom, and that's all they're listening. They don't need to go through the whole 3-minute thing to try and find American. Yeah.
Yes, and timestamp. They just don't have time to look at timestamps and find them. Fair. Which is really helpful for me because, as I told you, I'm redoing my spotlight. I'm getting all my reels done and stuff, and I can do accents really well, and I can do maybe like a good 6 or 7 regional ones in the UK, and also like German, Italian, European stuff. Hello from the future. Guys, I just wanted to say that the sound is going to change, but it will change back just because it was a really hot day in London and we kept the doors open and the sun was directly on my camera and it overheated and died. So I switched to my other camera, so you'll be seeing Chantelle's beautiful face for a long time, but it had my backup mic on it, thank God. Anyways, please enjoy the rest and leave a like and a comment and subscribe on Spotify and follow me on Instagram and YouTube as well. Bye! But I can also rap. I can rap really, really well.
I would not have a rap reel.
And I want a rap reel, but the problem is that everything has swears.
Everything has swears.
Everything has swears.
I mean, luckily, adults look at Spotlight. So...
You're right. There's no problem.
And there's so many scenes on show reels that are like full of swear words and like people beating up each other, and you're like,
oh with Mohini, anyways, that's another kettle of fish.
Yeah. So
great. So basically, curating your spotlight, keep it short, keep it snappy, and also not compartmentalize, but make everything really bloody obvious to the casting director. And again, whatever makes you stand out, whether you do jiu-jitsu or whatever it is, which I do, which I should become there.
Yeah, girl.
I should. What am I doing?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, you just look at your spotlight and think, how can I make this easier?
And ask your friends what it is that you do well. That's out of the norm, isn't it? If you roller skate, oh my God, if you roller skate, put it on.
If you roller skate, it's true.
It's on there.
Put it on there.
And then rejigging, there's no need to rejig very often, maybe like every 2 or so years if things change.
The thing is, rejigging will happen organically, because if you're learning a new skill, it should be on there. If you've got new self-tape, if you have more scenes because you happen to get a commercial, a job, a short film or whatever, put it in there. Because also it's proof of your credits again. So everything is proof that you can actually do things. And it's proof that you actually did this job. This is not a made-up job. Because there are people who have created made-up jobs on there.
Good for them. I Insellim Kong now. Like, I'm not my place.
There are people who have created make-believe like credits. So at least having proof there is like, yeah, I did actually do this short film. There you go.
And there you go. But there's that 2.5 minute cap, which is really important.
2.5 minute cap. I would say though that something I've seen recently, and I do it, and I have some other clients who have done this, is that they've done like a comedy reel and a drama reel, for example. So that where they're like,
reel and
so they've done like a 2.5 minute comedy, 2.5 minute drama. So that way you're not like trying to fit in drama and comedy and everything into one, which also works because many times people, if they're looking for somebody who can really handle a heavy character, they can go straight to your drama reel. And if they're looking for somebody who's really good at physical comedy for a commercial, they can go to your comedy reel really easily. So that's also another option. Rather than having one show reel, is splitting it up and having 2.
Perfect.
Useful.
So now I just have a couple of like questions like about your process specifically.
Yeah.
I probably know the answers.
Okay.
But so tell me a bit about Audere and where you guys have offices and where you rep actors, whether it's across the UK and Europe, just so people who are watching who aren't familiar with Audere, who are thinking of approaching as they're doing their emails and stuff.
Yes. So we have a London-based office, and Jamie, Beg and myself both work in the London-based office. And then we have Jordan Hale, who's in the Manchester office.
Okay.
Jordan Hale is from there, and he's been doing it for the past 3 years, and he's been growing his books up there because the north of England
market in of itself
is like its own thing, which I kind of love, to be honest.
Especially for the regional actors.
Absolutely. And I love that they are working constantly with people who are from there, who sound like they're from there. So they want to work with the community, make sure that the people on stage represent the community and all of that. So I get it and I love it and good.
Same with Scotland.
Same with Scotland, absolutely. So it was important when Audere was growing, and Audere is always growing. Like 3 years ago, they knew that the next step was to have somebody open a northern office, and that was where Jordan Hay came in, and he's great. He's a good laugh. Great. So we love him. But yes, Jamie and myself have the London office, and I came in. I was like the last bit to grow the office. I was the new addition. So we'll see how I go.
Great. So London, Manchester, but also operate in Scotland, and you ref actors across the UK.
I represent actors across the UK as long as they have like a base in London. So I do represent somebody in Scotland myself who has a base in London. I do, Jamie represents a few people in Scotland as well who also have a second base in London.
Great.
If your primary base is the north of England, we'll always prioritize the Manchester office, and we'll kind of direct you towards the Manchester office because it makes more sense. You'll get more work where you live, which is good, I guess. But that doesn't mean as well that Jordan doesn't put people up for jobs in the south. It's just that he will focus and people will go directly to him because they know casting directors in the north will know that Jordan has northern actors and they'll go straight to him for some things. That's another thing that's happening is that because there are over 100,000 actors on Spotlight, a lot of people tend to just filter. So a lot of casting directors and production companies, theatre companies, sometimes will simply do the filtering themselves.
By location,
by your skill set, all of that, and then they see who represents them and go straight to their agent rather than putting out auditions and stuff like that, right? That's another thing I wanted to say, sorry, about the Spotlight actually, is that put everything and anything you know how to do in your skills. So you know how you've got performance skills, sports, whatever, devising,
singing,
other skills, and then there's other skills, which is like baking and all that.
Yes.
Put it all in there. Don't lie, but put anything that you can actually do in there. So don't shy away. And there's so many options.
Yes.
And the reason is that you will come up in more searches when people are trying to look for somebody who can ice skate but also enjoys baking and can do a German accent. There you go. I'm sure there's somebody out there
talking to you.
I'm talking to you. So you'll come up in people's searches.
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm guessing, obviously, each office kind of has a team meeting every so often.
Yes, we have a weekly meeting. We check in.
Perfect. And so what's coming through mostly to the agency at the moment? More stage, more film, more TV, more radio plays with the BBC?
That's interesting because I haven't really asked Jordan that, like what's coming up for you, to be honest. But I would say...
But what's coming up for you?
What's coming up for me? I'll tell you. I mean, one, I'm just so amazed. I just never realized how many commercials are constantly being filmed. But there's so many commercials always being filmed. And that's not a bad thing because they're a good paycheck. And also some of them will have interesting directors attached to them anyway. So they're a good place to make connections, actually.
I got seen for it. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. I got seen for a commercial with Yorgos Lanthimos, the director. You've seen Poor Things and...
Oh, yeah. Oh, see what I mean? because it's also a paycheck for them.
Literally.
So you get to meet really cool directors.
I love Yorgos Lanthimos, why not?
Yeah.
Well, you're getting mostly commercials.
So no, absolutely, it's mostly commercials, I think, for everyone across the board, because there are just so many commercials being filmed all the time. But I was just, that was such a new thing for me as like becoming an agent. I was like, oh my gosh, there are just so many of these.
These goddamn.
God, oh my God.
So sucky.
And it's always, obviously, some casting directors are so like they do so many commercials themselves that sometimes you look at their name again and you're like, haven't I already submitted for you? Yes, exactly. And
it's like mum in this, and it's like mum in that. And it's like, okay.
Exactly. I'm like, haven't I already and then you realize it's because they had three projects that day or something, or Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment, and you're like, what's happening? Anyway, so many commercials. And then after that, I would say probably film and TV, and then stage, and then theatre.
Film, TV, and then stage and theatre.
So film, TV is happening. I get way more roles for film and television than I do theatre, I would say. Because
obviously you're saying that you have a team meeting every week and stuff. Is there like a very obvious chain of command in the agency, or is it kind of working in a cooperative kind of collaborative thing, and because you're a freelancer, you kind of are your own boss and stuff as well?
The second one, I would say. Okay. But Jamie's like the OG. So I definitely
He's got the vision.
He's got the vision and everything. So I definitely go to Jamie for any. I'm constantly speaking to Jamie, obviously, and again, we're both in the London office, but he's great, and he's always. And every time I do something great, he'd be like, "So proud of you," and I'm like,
"You did it on your own."
I'm like, "Thanks." Thank you. So he's so supportive, which is great, and he's taught me everything so far. So and now I'm getting to the point of where I'm doing the other hard bit of agenting, which is like negotiations and asking the tough questions and being like, why is this there and why isn't that? Anyway, so I've gotten to that point now that I've had actors getting jobs. And that's a whole new other skill set to learn. And again, I go back to Jamie and I'm like, what do I do now?
It's a learning curve.
It's a learning curve, and it's really interesting. And to be fair, not too different to advocating for yourself. And because I've been a self-represented actor before, because I've been a producer, a director,
You know what to look out for.
I know what to look out for. I've looked at so many contracts.
You know
So
what
I've looked at I know what it is to look through a contract and to question things. It is slightly different when you are questioning things for somebody else as well, on somebody else's behalf. And advocating for somebody else. You do feel like there's an added pressure because I'm like, okay, this is not just me and Audere, it's somebody else and somebody else's image. For example, if I'm arguing a certain clause because I'm not sure I like what you're going to be doing with stills from this project.
Like AI and stuff is that whole little fish.
In fact, a last job I had would go back and we tell them, can you put in this AI clause because they have no mention of the use of AI in their contracts, which is a problem. And I'm, again, a bit surprised that I'm having some of these conversations because I would have thought that by now you would have a clause in your contracts already to do with AI.
At the same time, sometimes they're expecting the actor to come with a rider. You know what I need? But I think that's just it could be obviously an innocent foresight.
Yeah, and in fact, to be fair, the minute you point these things out and you're like, hey, can we have this clause? And also, what's the wording here? And also, can I? They're very quick to be like, oh, okay, we'll do it. So far, I haven't had a situation where I've had a lot of resistance or no, But yeah, it's interesting.
Because obviously Jamie is the one who drives the vision and is the OG, as you said.
Yeah, Jamie and Casey. But Casey is also a director at the agency, but he's taken a step back and is not doing agenting. He's doing more of like the business behind the scenes, the boring bits that Jamie doesn't like doing.
Again, the necessary evil.
Yep.
But is there a specific set of people or attitudes or anything that the agency specifically champions? So obviously in Manchester, it would be maybe the Northern artists or people who work hard or whatever it is.
People who work hard. People who show up. I mean, to be fair, we have 4 values. So when you go on the Audere website,
it's public knowledge.
It's public knowledge. We're very open about it. There are 4 values that Audere works towards. So these are every decision we make, it's a value-led organization. Great. And it basically came about because when they started Audere 8 years ago, they did their research and they, tried to see what sort of things, what checks and balances do you need to go through to create an agency? And the answer is none. None.
Today we can start an agency.
We can open if you have a laptop, you can start an agency. Done. Which is quite scary when you consider that a lot of people who are coming into the industry are like young 20-year-olds who, some of them are 18 and they start even younger and
kids.
Yeah, and they're just looking, exactly, some of them are kids with parents who don't actually know the industry very well. So they're just kind of like, anyone?
Take advantage in these days, it's scary.
Which is how you end up with an agent who doesn't even answer a production company when you get the job. But anyway. ... So that's why you have to really be careful when you're looking for an agent to partner up with, because there are some people out there who are taking advantage, who are being exploitative, who don't do the work at all, and they don't really know how themselves, and they're just kind of...
These things are happening.
Yeah, making it up as they go along, and that was already scary, this is interesting and scary. Mm-hmm. They research other English-speaking sort of agencies out there and the wording on their websites, and a lot of agencies say very similar things, which is that, you're a boutique agency that represents the finest actors in film, TV, and stage, and which is all well and good, but they were like, okay, let's instead treat our agency as a young startup company with a vision, Yes. So they came up with, okay, let's create a value-based agency, because I think we need more of it in the industry. Values that we abide by. And so if you go on the website, they're there, and it's integrity, it's honesty, it's care, and it's warrior spiritedness. And those are our four values. And every time we meet a new potential client coming into the agency, we appreciate it when people have a look at the values and are like, what does that mean for you? And we'll always bring it up and have a chat about it in our
Yes.
one-on-one meetings with people. But yeah, they're extremely important for us. Care is taking care of yourself mentally, but also physically, and also your skills. And if you're really passionate, you will take care of your skills, and also taking care of your tools set, which is your spotlight, your reels, what represents you. So all of that is important. And for our side as well, taking care is us taking care of you, and we are so responsible for you, and we're going to take care of you. We're also going to take care of ourselves and the reputation of Audere.
Exactly. So not let your own shit get in the way.
Yeah. So care, honesty is like being very transparent with each other. If we're a team and we're going to pull the rope in the same direction, we just need to, honesty is a big thing. Mm-hmm. I've had clients who couldn't make an audition like the day before, and partly it was because of money. So it was because they couldn't afford the commute in.
£70 commute, by the way.
It's crazy. And not all recalls or not all auditions are, so some recalls are paid for certain things, and some things just aren't. So you're expected to fork out the £70 or £80 to get somewhere, which is mad. But I appreciated that they did that, because what I then did was, I asked, like, is there another day, or can we get a self-tape instead? Because this is the situation. And I appreciated that. But also what was lovely from that interaction I had with one of my clients is that they said with previous agents, they never felt like they could be honest. So instead of explaining that, they would just say, oh, I'm sick. Because
which goes against the morals of the...
Which goes against, obviously, the more. But I was so glad that we understand that in order to have honesty, we as agents have to foster that, because I too have been in situations with previous agents where I felt like I couldn't be honest, and that's because I felt like they weren't being honest with me.
Yeah, or expecting so much out of you.
Or expecting so much, or it's so inhumane, where you feel like guilt-tripped into going, or manipulated into going to an audition, even if I can't afford it or I'm not feeling well.
So I'm sick.
So I'm sick is just so that's how they handled a previous relationship with an agent, and I was so pleased to hear that they felt like they could just be honest with me and tell me, this is the reason why I'm rethinking the audition for tomorrow. What can we do? And that's it. What can we do? So I'm on your team. We are going to figure it out together.
For sure. Which is something, again, we want to address to people who are listening, who are like, sending their emails, getting agents. This is something that you guys can be mindful of. And that's, or if you're in a current relationship with your agent, which feels like you can't be honest, or you feel under the microscope quite well.
Yeah.
That's something you can have a conversation around to just build a better way forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not that it doesn't exist, this kind of
relationship. And there shouldn't be a power imbalance.
No, it's
like, so there's a team. So if you feel like there's a power imbalance, you're a bit like, oh, I don't want to send a message because I'm going to buzz
Brown, for example.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, I don't want to message them because I might be bugging them, but they haven't answered me in 2 weeks. And that, I would say that's a big
friction point.
That's a big friction point. That really shouldn't be the case. And it's dampening your love of the craft.
And as well, you're serving them
enough as it is.
As much as they're serving you.
Exactly. So it has to be 50-50. It should never be a case where you're trying to get in touch with your agent or something and they're just not giving you the time of day, and weeks have passed and you've not heard anything, and I'm too busy, I'll get back to you one day, and then a month has gone by. And
exactly.
That should not be happening, and I don't want that for you.
The audio might have changed a little bit. Apologies on my end, but because it's a really hot day in London, we have the Dubai fold doors open and the sun was bleeding onto my camera, so it overheated. But you were talking about the fact that you have 15 clients and you've only been going for 4 months and you really feel like you're reaching that cap.
Yeah.
Do you think there is a magic number for agents?
No.
I
don't know. Honestly, I feel like if there are any agents out there listening and they want to get in touch and we just be friends and have a coffee and discuss, please do. And I'll do the same. I should reach out. But I've gone on other people's websites just for my own curiosity.
Yes,
and I've on other agent websites to see how many people certain agents have on their books. How many do you manage to balance? And some people have a lot more and some people have less, essentially. That is the answer. That's why I'm I don't know. Maybe it also depends on how many other things you've got going on in your life.
How many you're actually working as well.
Yeah, and because I do have other projects that I'm constantly working on, and I'm my own actor, and I'm also trying to update my spotlight eventually one day.
One day.
One day I'll find half an hour to do that. Because of all that, I think maybe 15 is my sweet point because I'm trying to do
so much.
So many other things. And maybe somebody else is in a situation where they're like, they have caring responsibilities, so they can only manage 10. And then somebody else is in a place in their life where it's like, okay, I have some more time, so I can handle 30. I mean, I do think you get to a point as well if, for example, you're presenting a lot of stage actors who do mainly theatre and musical theatre, and you've got half of them are out on contracts. Then brilliant. You can maybe take on another 5, 10. Yeah, so I think it really depends. It depends on who you have on your books. It depends what's going on in your life. But I don't think there's like a magic number for any one agent.
Got you.
Yeah.
And in terms of your 15, how many subs a day do you generally make for them? Or like, I don't know if you work like 3 days on, 2 days off, or whatever it is.
I never actually looked at the number. But I would say that I get there about 40, on average, there are 40 jobs that come out a day.
That are relevant to your pool of actors?
That are relevant to my pool of actors.
Okay, it's not just 40 jobs every day. Like
no, but on average, 40 that I see, there could be more and I just don't see them, but about 40.
That get through your filter, as in?
That get through my filter. For the people in my agency on their age bracket, because I don't have anyone above the age of 45 in my yet in my 15. So, and I don't have anyone younger than could play 16, you know? So the age bracket I'm looking at is always between 16 and 45. And I see about 40 jobs a day.
Okay.
And I also filter out like profit share and low, like, because I obviously getting my clients professional work. So I also have other filters to do with like payment and brackets, money payment, whatever, what am I saying? Financial brackets or whatever. But I see about 40 jobs a day. And then from those 40 jobs, each job will have like, I don't know, some of them have 2 roles, some of them have 20, some of them have... So I don't know what the number of submissions are a day. All I know is that I definitely pack in 9 hours easily a day straight.
Wow.
Just being an agent.
Packed.
Good. That's what I mean. So it's like Monday to Friday, I'm dealing with emails that come in. I'm dealing with submissions all day. My clients who have auditions, I'm making sure that they've edited their self-tapes the way they should, or I'm giving them feedback if they've given me self-tapes early and there's time for feedback, so then they go away and do another take. Sometimes I re-edit their self-tapes because it's not exactly in the order that's been described by the casting director. And then I'm submitting them, and then I get new applications coming in from actors who are looking for a presentation, and I'm going through those spotlights. Sometimes I go to a showcase, and so I've got a list of clients that I filter down, and I'm going through their spotlights to see. So it's a packed Monday to Friday, and sometimes I'm doing work at 11 o'clock midnight.
Perfect.
So...
Care.
I'm really caring for my work-life balance, not. But anyway.
Mela, seconda. Tell me a bit about like your recruitment process now. Obviously, you've got your 15 and you're thinking of capping it there. But do you prefer an in-person showcase or a digital one? And do you get enough of a vibe from digital showcases usually?
If they're good digital showcases, yes.
Amazing. So how many of your people have you actually enlisted from a digital showcase, do you think?
I would say the majority of the people that I've taken onto my books are people who have just sent in an email.
Cold.
Yeah. I will say that about 4 or 5 of them, though, sent in an email after I had met them in person at the Actors Expo. So they had come in, they interviewed for us, and I had already sort of like, I quite like them. And then they followed up with an email. Or I reached out to them just because I saw them audition in front of me. So I will say that the best thing, sometimes it is seeing people in real life. Just having that. And again, because I love theatre and I love stage, so seeing them in real life is so effective. And then a few others was because I went to a showcase and I saw them in person. 2 of them I approached because of a digital showcase. I was sent a digital showcase from their school. They didn't have an in-person one. And I loved their digital showcase. And I approached 2 of their actors. I'm still waiting to hear back from one. And the other person decided to sign with somebody else. And I totally think, to be fair, that their choice really makes sense for where they're based.
Okay.
And the kind of work that they want to do. So I'm like, you go, girl.
Okay.
But
and what was it that you really loved about their digital showcase?
It showed what they could do in like... I mean, all showcases are the same. Is that you have like 25, 30... performers, and they all have to show you It's quite insane, to be fair.
Yeah.
But they have to show you. They have to show you what
Creme de la creme.
Yeah, they have to show you what they can do in like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. And you only get like a 50-minute. It all has to happen within 50 minutes, an hour max. And this digital showcase did that, and it was filmed really well. The quality was really good. I thought. So this specific digital showcase that I'm thinking about was an actor muso one.
Okay.
So they were playing it. So they had a song, 3 minutes. It was all it was. They had to sing, play an instrument at the same time. Or some of them, you know, it was like a brass instrument. So they're playing and then they stop and sing a bit and then they continue with their brass instrument. But it was so effective. 3 minutes, snippets of each one of them.
Nice.
Job's done. And I was obviously like, whoa, what? And then from that, I would go to their spotlight, and then some of them had like another 4 instruments that they played, and they had other videos there that supported that.
Very good.
So I also got to see them do other things outside of their showcase. But the digital showcase did a very good job of hooking me in straight away.
And that was a drama school, or
A drama school.
Okay.
It was a drama school. It was a one. I don't even know if it was just one camera. I think they had a long shot and then close
tight
up.
shot?
And that was it. And the sound was good and
Well done.
well done. On stage,
Well done.
one place. The set was extremely simple.
Nothing fluffy.
Great.
Is it?
Fab.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
What you need on your spotlight. isn't it?
Exactly.
Let's say there's an institution, like a drama school as in, that's got the BA, the MA showcase on in the same week or something. And then there's like an independent, so like not a RADA or like a... Do you think these showcases are generally weighted the same? So like would you more likely go to the BA RADA, or would like you try and make an effort to like do one of each, for example?
It depends what's already on my books.
Fair.
So
look at people's books essentially when you are sending emails as well.
yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Because if you, and I've said this at a few events where I've spoken to actors, where if you're sending in an email and you know that there's no one like you on my books, even in your subject line, you can really put what you want, like, what do you want to tell the world you are? If you were a subject line, what would be your subject line? Essentially. Don't put what you think I want to see. Like, what is your subject line? Whether it's, I had somebody who signed in, and she's my client now. She's great. And in her subject line, she put Viking. What did she put? Viking actor who sings or something. Viking actor who plays the saxophone or something. And I was like, excuse me. So when I obviously saw that, I thought, she's either bonkers or
she's brilliant.
or she's brilliant. And she's brilliant. And then looking at her credits and her skill set, I understood why she said Viking. She does play the saxophone and plays the piano, and you're like, that's insane.
Tick, tick,
Tick, you're crazy. What? Love it. So what would you, if you had to be, I would say that to people, if you had to be a subject line, what would you be? I need you to pop. Hit me with it. Tell me exactly what you are. And do look at people's, because if I already have a Viking saxophone playing person, and that's your angle, then maybe I'm not the right person for you, but somebody else will want a Viking saxophone playing. But you know what I mean?
Yes.
So do look at people's books. And there was something else I was going to say that was linked to that, and I totally
the
forgot.
weighting of like BAMA independent.
Yes, that. Again, it depends on what's on your book. So I went to a bunch of BA, and I don't think there's the same weight. In fact, there are some industry liaisons who work for the schools who will send us emails about their MA group, and will always be like, please come to our MA group because they're just as they're great as well, you know.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I think I prefer going to MA groups now.
They want it, eh?
Because they're really hungry for it. A lot of them have left the industry and come back into the industry. So I'm like, oh wow, you came back. A lot of them paid for it themselves. So they're like, for them, this is everything, you know, they really want it. Sometimes they're at very different points in their life.
Of course.
And that's great for my books because I've gone to a bunch of BAs. I've managed to fill that, you know, those places on my books for like young 20-year-olds.
Which are, again, the most saturated
market. So I have those already. Tick, tick, tick. Great. But I already have that after the first few BA showcases. After that, I'm like, right, now I want adults of all walks of life. Yes. Like, I want people in their 50s. I need people in their 70s. I need people in their 30s. Yes. I need people who have had another life and have come in with so much life experience. I want people to come in with skills as well of being a nurse or a doctor or whatever. Fathers. Some of them are personal trainers and come in. And there's so many skills that you do outside of this that can translate, right? One of my clients is in his like mid to late 30s now, and he just did a master's. Mm-hmm. He just finished now, but he's also a personal trainer who does like karate and Muay Thai and whatever. So having those skills is so amazing because this guy is like, he knows how to fight. He takes care of his, like, he's very athletic. So he has a certain look, and that really helps with his acting stuff as well.
Of course.
So I'm like,
the more specific.
And he's a father. So there's just a wealth of life experience. So now I'm pivoting more towards the MA groups are very interesting. And I've picked a few people that I wanted to represent, and I had conversations with them from independent institutions, not drama schools. So like these smaller...
Like the Fourth Monkeys.
The people who do courses that are part-time so that people can work around their life.
Yes.
And I saw some fantastic actors in those showcases as well, and very diverse people from all nationalities and
walks of life.
Totally different walks of life. Those are extremely interesting.
Based off of that, like the weighting of the BA, the MA, the independent, like how many invites are you actually getting to shows, showcases and things every day? Like, is it an everyday thing, or is it like it's not an everyday thing? That surprises me.
But to be fair, a lot of these showcases happen within the same 3 months.
It's a seasonal thing.
It's a seasonal thing. So within the same 3 months, I had loads coming in.
Yeah. And just on this as well, what determines whether you would go to a showcase or a show or not?
My availability and how busy I am, honestly.
Time.
There was a time, again, when I was building my book, so I had a bit more time on my hands, where I was trying to see 1 or 2 a week. And it just coincided with like showcase season. So I was going out. But there are so many schools, and there are so many, and that's the other thing I learned, is that through all of this, is that if you're not getting represented and you're not getting an answer from people, it's not because you're not good. You probably are fantastic.
There's just a lot.
There's just a lot out there, and everyone is so good. I feel so like I feel so heartbroken actually when I get so many people applying and they're brilliant, but I already have 1 or 2 people who I think are exactly the same casting bracket.
But it is the actor's responsibility as well to know that you have that on your books already.
I know, but the problem is that there is a specific casting bracket, which is white 20-year-olds between the ages of 20, 30, I would say. That is so oversaturated that I understand that if they go to anyone with their CV,
they're going to have someone already.
They're probably going to have somebody like you. Unless you have a skill that makes you... Exactly. Unless you have skills that make you really like, whoa, like this, I don't know, like I'm going to keep using Viking actor, saxophone player. Like, unless you have something that's really like, no, I'm not like the other 5 or 6 on your books, I'm this. Then it is really hard. And you could be brilliant. You probably are brilliant. But it has nothing to do with how brilliant you are.
Nope. I think I know the answer to this, but do you only work with graduates from drama schools, or have there been people that come to you in their midlife with no training and stuff like this that you're like, yes, I can see myself working with you?
Yes.
Great.
That's happened with one of my clients who is brilliant and hasn't gone to like formal education, but has been doing a lot of workshops. So I think it's very hard actually to get to a point where you haven't done a single workshop, you don't really know how this industry runs, and still somehow
you
fall into being represented by an agent. I think that's extremely...
You have to be like super hot, you know? Like super... You have to be like a supermodel.
Yeah, but you don't need drama school in the formal sense, like, because if you're great you're driven and you're taking the time to understand how the industry works, and you've been to a few workshops, you're honing your craft regardless, like outside of formal education, like full-time formal education, then that's enough. Like, in reality, I need to understand, we need actors, and as actors we need to understand how the industry works and how we fit into the industry. And keep working on our craft regardless, even after. I mean, I feel like some actors leave their formal education, their 3 years in drama school, and then do some of their best training afterwards anyway.
Yes.
So just because you've gone to drama school, it doesn't mean it was like the thing that taught you everything. In reality, you might go to workshops later and something will click at a workshop somewhere else down the line. So, yeah.
And so is there anything, obviously you mentioned you're 15, you're pretty tight on that. Is there any specific bracket that you are actually seeking to fill just now?
Yes, I mean, in the sense, I say 15, but obviously if somebody comes... In fact, I went to watch a showcase yesterday of one of my clients because he's just finishing school and I went to support him. But there were about 2 other actors in the show with him that I'm like, because I don't have anyone else like them on my books.
And what are those? Do you mind if you don't mind me asking?
No, I mean, to be honest, I'm always looking for more diversity.
Okay.
I already have quite a lot of diversity on my books and I'm so happy. Like, I have people of different nationalities, people who speak totally different languages. I have somebody who's Middle Eastern on my books, but I'm always looking for more. I'm looking for people of all more nationalities and races, but I'm also looking for people who are slightly older. Like I cap at 45, like I said before. I'd be very happy to have people who are in their 50s, 60s, 70s. We get castings for 80-year-olds and like older. So I'm like, this is big, which I can't quite understand because it's so interesting that obviously 80-year-old actors aren't necessarily the people who are going to be editing their show reel, putting up their spotlight and sending you an email. Like,
how do you reach these people?
How do you reach these people? It's quite interesting. So I think the 80-year-old actors that there are out there are probably people who have started out younger, have good relationships with their agents and have stuck with them have been sticking with them for 40 years.
Yes.
Which is lovely and it's great.
But it's usual suspects.
But then it's not, it's going to be very hard for me to get an 80-year-old on my books, I think.
But if you're a super hot 80-year-old who's never done training.
Who's very good at emails and can get in touch, please get in touch.
Amazing. Yes, so what is the best way for people to get in touch if they are looking for representation and would really love Audere?
Please look at our website.
Yep, easy.
And easy peasy. Send us an email. Again, think of that subject line is my advice to you. And in the body of the email, the text of the email, just keep it nice and concise. And I've learned again so much about when somebody approaches me with an email. I'm like, which are the emails I really read? And it really helps me when people have like chunks of the text in bold. Yeah. So that my eyes go like, yep, I get it. You're this. They have some points. This is what I do. These are my skills. Bam, 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 bam. Or this is top credits or what you're going to see me in next. Bam, bam, bam.
Yep.
Fab. Spotlight link. That's it. Sometimes I open an email and I open the spotlight link straight away. I don't even read the email.
Got you.
But then I'm going back and forth between the spotlight and the email. Because straight away I'm saying, okay, what you've highlighted here, where is it on your spotlight? I want to see it now. Like, and as I'm reading your email, I'm seeing the proof.
And what's the first thing you notice on a spotlight?
I will always look at headshots.
Okay.
That's the first thing that I do look at because I instantly want to see, do I have somebody like you? Straight away. Like, what is your aesthetic? Do I have anyone like you? And then I say, if I do, I think, okay, now let's see what you can do, which differentiates you from other people on my books. And that's when I go look through the skills and the reels.
Last question, closing question.
Yeah.
If you had never met me before.
Yeah.
What would you cast me as?
I love this question because you've asked other people before. I've seen the others and I'm like, and I was like, how interesting. I'm just going to say that you, because you are, what do you think though? I'm going to flip it back at you. Because I'm super hot. I'm curious to know what you think your subject line is. Go, subject line.
My subject line would be... I would always say multilingual Maltese actress, and I would probably put devising in there. For me, I'm a deviser. Yeah, I would say multilingual devising actress worked with Kristen Stewart. That's what I would say.
Nice.
that's actually my subject line.
I love it. Dropping a name. I love it.
Because
why not?
And the thing is, there are people who are like really dedicated to Kristen Stewart and her work. So if it catches their eye, it catches their eye.
Okay, I'm going to tell you so straight away, I think your height is a huge plus.
Petite. Very.
Huge plus.
True.
You had a scene on your show reel.
Okay.
Because I've seen your show reel. And the Scottish one where you play like a kid. I think that's very much a huge plus that you can do that. That's your casting record. Like, because she is petite. I don't know if you guys know.
4'11". 4'11".
And I know people who have worked for a long time on very interesting projects because they had that, like, as an no, because they had that, like, to their advantage, because they were petite people, so they could play young for a long time. Especially in theatre, we can't tell how old somebody is as long as we see, like, young, and the fact that you are so energetic and you do a lot of physical theatre.
Yes, I'm physical.
You are very physical. You can almost play that for an even longer period of time, because I see you on stage and I believe that you are 15, 16.
I got seen for an 8-year-old.
You got seen for an 8-year-old. I mean, okay, that's wow, that's stretching it a bit. They really don't want to pay those license fees for kids if they're seeing you for an 8-year-old.
Yes.
But I understand when they're like, oh, we're looking for 16, 17-year-olds, so to avoid paying license fees and whatever and trying to work with children, which I get is another big
kettle of fish.
And I know it's a whole other thing. So, oh my God, I would send you like that. I think
so
you want
petite.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Vera, I'm really petite.
Like, that's such a good thing.
But on the flip side, you're really tall. And
which
that's
is
like
not great.
But that's no, it is a really great, it's a selling point at the same
it
time.
Can be, yes, it can be. It can be. But I would say that, please use that.
Petite.
I would almost put in 4'11".
Okay.
Just put in 4'11" in your subject line. So 4'11" multilingual Maltese actors.
4'11" multilingual devising
Maltese actors.
But that's then physical theatre as well.
Yeah, physical theatre Maltese actors. Amazing. Because that would be a huge thing. Take note. What else? I mean, your accents are really good. I do think your accents are very good.
Thank you.
So that
means a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you had to say, like, she is Jo from Little Women, or she is like, I've seen this thing that I think you would be really good in.
I think you can play really, like, tortured.
Lala, man. This is the second time.
No, but what I mean is you have the maturity and the gravitas, and I think you can go there.
Okay. Thanks.
And not everyone can go there.
No, true.
So I think you can go there, and I think you can play somebody who, and again, I'm pairing it with somebody who's like, I would give you roles for film that are young, like the younger sibling or something that comes from like a really broken place, and you can go there. And there are so many things being filmed
about the broken traumatized.
About like trauma, whatever, or like these detective murder series and whatever, and somebody's always, like, I feel like you could fit into one of those darker, grittier pieces really well.
Which is so hilarious, because I find I tend to want to do comedy all the time, which really doesn't suit me at all, apparently.
No, I think you're a hoot.
Cheers. In person. As a person.
As a person. But correct me if I'm wrong, though. I feel like your material, your material at the moment online...
It's dramatic,
yes. Because I was going to say, I don't get that impression from your material. No.
But that's why I filmed everything again.
I'm thinking as well of the material I've seen on your spotlight. So again, whatever you have there is your way of telling the world, this is the material I want to be seen for.
Exactly.
And even when it comes like to the tabulated credits or whatever, we always tell our actors, put them in the order you want to be seen for.
I have felt my comedy, I'm going to flip it to the beginning, because that's what I want to be seen for. I want to be seen for characters that are larger than life. That I have nothing there at the moment, but I filmed a Shakespearean monologue. It's not a Shakespeare, which I'm going to put at the top for me. And then I'm going to put prima facie to contrast against.
Nice.
Chantelle?
Yes, hi.
Thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
So welcome. I'm sorry this is so long.
No, it's okay. It's my editor's problem now. But essentially, guys, I'd say the grand takeaways are care about your spotlight, care about what you do, care about yourself, but also care about the relationship you have, and the amount of honesty you are willing to give should be the amount of honesty you are willing to receive as well with your agent. And do your checks. Do your checks about, like, when you're approaching someone, if they've got someone on their books, what makes you stand out, what's your subject line. But other than that, Chantelle, any closing comments?
You're probably brilliant. I'm sure you are. And it's just a tough industry. But it's also a magical one.
Good luck to you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.